ragazzini.
Hello.
Ciao, 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 ciao.
Hello.
Everything okay, ragazzi?
Yeah,
How things are going?
everything is fine. And we miss you,
Beautiful.
Jeppy.
Sorry?
We miss you so much.
Hey, of course, I missed you a lot. I missed you a lot. Ragazzi, and
Happy
you from where?
But we
birthday.
are. I, I'm sure that also Konstantinos is streaming from not from his place, because you know that tomorrow in Greece is a holiday, so we are somewhere
Yeah.
outside. So I am in a mountain in Greece, and Konstantinos he's already stuck. The visit. But
Yeah,
By the
where are
way,
you? In Bansko?
I think
Oh, disaster.
by the way, I heard that that in Greece, in Athens, there were a lot of fighting in the square. I mean, down the parliament.
Yeah, there was a big demonstration, not a lot of fighting. Well,
Ah,
for
ah,
the size of the demonstration, there were just some
okay,
bad
okay.
things. Yeah.
Mm.
yeah,
Two
for
Uh,
days
the
ago,
demonstration. Guys,
It was
I
Emilio's
will take
birthday. Happy
my
birthday, Emilios.
phone.
We love you so much.
Yes, yes.
thank
Bravo,
you,
Emilio. Bravo,
thank you, my
bravo.
friends. Thank you,
Happy
thank you, thank
birthday.
you.
Happy birthday.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I'm I'm,
How
I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old.
Guys,
how did you
Come
celebrate?
on. You're still so young.
Well, okay. Well, everything is it's a matter of comparative approach.
Exactly.
Who you compare to depends.
Exactly. Okay,
Uh,
but I suppose that Costantino today will be a little bit stuck.
yes, I think that you should try to yeah to use
Re-
another connection.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Konstantinos, try to use another connection. Until then, hello to Poland, hello to Chicago, Moscow, Greece, England, Canada, Turkey, Ukraine, France, Bulgaria, Lebanon, Germany, Ome, Ome, that's Emilio, that's from Italy, Vienna, Berlin, New Zealand, Romania,
Grande.
Jerusalem, Melbourne, of course, Estonia,
Mm.
Athens, UK, Beirut, Uzbekistan,
Senegal.
Senegal also.
wow.
Senegal, first time.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic, fantastic. All over the globe, all over the globe. Can you imagine a place in the world that happy hour is not there? Antarctica.
Antarctica.
There is nobody from Antarctica.
Groenland. Groenland.
Greenland.
Yeah.
Greenland,
Yeah.
Greenland. Well,
Greenland. Well, by the way, you know that Trump wants to buy Greenland. So
not by.
no, not buy, acquire. It's as a gift. As a gift.
Guys, what are we living?
Ah,
What a
yeah.
crazy period.
Mm, mm.
Here you are. Here you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Bene,
But
Costantino.
the best one was. Did you see the Trump Gaza video?
Ah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Very, very well, very sad, by the way.
Very sad, by the way.
he's
Very sad.
Trump.
Yeah,
He can do everything.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, but is anything you like to discuss today? For
No,
example,
no. Let's speak about politics. Let's speak about my birthday. Let's speak
yeah,
about yeah.
exactly. Would you like most the artificial intelligence helping you in diagnosing inflammatory skin diseases, infectious skin disease, or skin cancer? Choose one. It's difficult, huh? But of course, I mean, it depends, right? It depends a lot. The way
Yeah.
they,
Everything is relevant. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, let's see who is the winner. Who is the winner? Skin
Skin
cancer
cancer.
is the winner. Ah,
But
okay.
interestingly enough, I expected a much higher percentage for skin cancer.
Hmm.
It's only 60%, and we have 36. for
Inflammatory.
inflammations, which is
Well,
really
but inflammatory, I mean, if I had to vote, I would vote for inflammatory
yeah.
because, I mean, it's extremely sometimes tough, to understand what is a rash in front of you.
Mhm.
Well, especially in pathology, I think that's a field
Yeah,
where it would
yeah,
make huge difference. Pathology of rashes, but
yes, yeah, yeah.
You mean not histopathology? You mean
no, I mean histopathology.
you mean histopathology?
Yes,
Histopathology. Yeah.
yes, because many times the reports that you get back
Yeah.
are pretty mixed and everything. So cancer is pretty straightforward.
Wow.
Either it is or not.
Yeah. 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 Usually.
Exactly. But who's going to start?
I guess Konstantinos.
Costantino.
I think that
Costantino, you are our king for AI, right? You are
well,
our king.
king, I doubt that, but I'm the humble
Prince.
follower.
Prince. If not king,
Prince.
prince.
Prince,
Prince.
okay, I can
Prince.
get Prince.
Prince.
Yeah.
Okay, so uh, I will do a brief talk also on the history of AI. So I'll try to move fast so that I give everything in a sum. AI is found in all aspects of our daily lives. How do we know? Because AI tells us so. AI is everywhere, even in our Google searches. But via cookies, it brings tailor-made results just for our taste. What is AI? It's the theory and development of computer systems, blah, blah, blah. It's a computer algorithm that learns, reasons, and self-corrects. AI is found in education, in transportation, manufacturing, in energy, even in war. How could medicine be exempted? And no longer science fiction, AI and robots have transformed healthcare, the future of AI in healthcare. And some of them, opinions, have a more positive outlook, beneficial AI in healthcare, a giant opportunity. And others a bit more ominous. AI will make 80% of medical doctors jobless.
Nice.
yeah.
Mm.
One thing is certain, AI is here to stay and keep surprising us, both positively and negatively. So we all know ChatGPT, right? Uh, if I ask ChatGPT to make a PowerPoint on the management of atopic dermatitis and give me 5 references by Konstantinos Liopiris, it has a disclaimer that it cannot create the PowerPoint, but it can give me the fields, introduction, management, so moisturizers, topical corticosteroids, calcineurin inhibitors, phototherapy, systemic medications. Everything makes sense up to here, right? References. Liopiris K, atopic dermatitis in Fitzpatrick's dermatology. So it seems like I wrote the chapter of atopic dermatitis in Fitzpatrick, but honestly, I didn't
Not
even
true.
know.
It's not true. I mean, for the moment, I think that some of these things are just invented by ChatGPT.
So all of these are invented. I've never written a single article in atopic dermatitis.
So I understand that, of course, I cannot fully understand how this works, but I guess that it works that it cannot say no. So
Yeah.
if there is material that it can use, it's gonna use it. If there is no material that it can use, it's gonna create it.
Exactly that.
This is a little bit the danger, let me tell you.
Of course, of course. Uh, so if we go a little bit back, TBP and sequential digital dermoscopy. Total body photography is proposed mostly for higher risk patients, particularly those with multiple lesions. Um, Generally, TBP acquires digital photos downloaded onto SD. This is from 2011, okay? Where specialized software allows one to zoom in to study a particular lesion. The photos can also be printed to, to real size for better comparison with the patient's skin. And thankfully, we've come a long way with the new automated systems that take pictures in a very efficient way and use, of course, AI in order to position and everything. And we also have acquired more arrows in our quiver. For example, the 3D imaging, which allows us, which uses artificial intelligence algorithms to recombine 2D pictures to create the 3D avatar. And here I can show you one of my patients, like one of my very high-risk patients, as you can see. Interestingly, this patient has never developed a melanoma, but he's literally the patient with the ugliest moles I've ever seen in my life. Whenever he comes in, I'm like,
Yeah.
And also it can be helpful in various occasions. Here you can see, you see this standard lesion, right? And we can see here that AI highlighted the big change that occurred between the follow-ups. He was in a 6-month follow-up. You see here the big difference that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we have not the lesion, but it's nice to have it, as well pointed out by AI. This is a high-risk patient, history of 3 primary melanomas. That was the 4th. Melanoma in situ. Okay, I think we all agree, right?
Yeah.
This, another high-risk patient, history of 2 primary melanomas. You can see the scar of one right here. Is there any lesion that catches your attention?
Well, several.
Several. So just zoomed in.
Mm-hmm.
And the lesion that I want to point your attention to is this one. So first, I always do a total body skin examination and then go to like the software in order to check if I missed anything. And actually, I missed this lesion. I really did miss it while examining in total body skin examination.
Yeah.
But AI did prompt it out. Here you can see as a new lesion. And of course, this was a melanoma metastasis, which I would have missed without the use of AI. Some articles, I won't bother you with it, but AI is helpful not only in diagnosing, but also in monitoring. So this is a patient with metastatic squamous cell carcinoma and multiple SCCs in situ. And here we can see we can monitor the response to treatment in a very efficient way. This patient was put into 5-view, and you can see the very good outcomes 5 months after the use. And the applications of AI are not limited to skin cancer alone. Hypothetically, we can monitor a response to treatment for all cutaneous diseases, such as psoriasis, right? But did we find the absolute panacea both for diagnosis and monitoring of skin diseases? Certainly not. So just an example of the pitfalls, and then I'll give the ball to Emilios to continue. Here is a patient with a history of melanoma, and in monitor, here we see that AI points out this lesion, you can see with the triangle with the broken lines, as new. But if we go to the previous time point, the lesion was there. It's a mistake in mismatch. So it's a mismatch. And here you can see the fault that has been created in stitching. So it mistook this lesion as new. Additionally, here, the same thing, because of the location, it doesn't have a very good view. And here again, this lesion in the center, it's highlighted as changed very much. But if we go to, so this is the previous time point, I don't see a big change, but thankfully we also had dermoscopy, and you can see that there was no significant change to this lesion. And AI also has mood swings. So this lesion went from 4 risk assessment to 2 within 6 months without any significant change. Same to here. And its comparative potential is limited to its training. So this is the patient that we were discussing before. And if we apply AI in all of his lesions, this 94% probability of melanoma, 84%, 37%, 65%, 63%. So either this patient has 20 melanomas on him, which is biologically impossible, or it cannot actually use the pattern of a patient in order to do the comparison the same way that we do. And the downstream effects are unpredictable. But I will let Emilio speak about the downstream effects, since he has a very interesting talk on this.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice, very nice.
Very good.
So
So,
it was a nice overview. The first thing that I would like to comment is that, as Konstantinos pointed out, it's pointless to discuss if AI will be used or not, because it's not our choice. It is used already today, and of course it's going to be used in several different ways in our daily life and in our daily job also. That's a given thing. And the good outcome of this is that now that it's used, we can assess it a little bit, because in studies is a completely different environment as compared to the clinical practice. But if you have it in the clinical practice, you have the chance, you have the option to see how it performs in reality, and in which tasks it's really meaningful and which tasks it's meaningless. For example, the example you showed, Kostas, with the lesion that you did not even see, that's wonderful in my view, because this is really very possible to happen, even if you stand in front of two images with 100 moles, each one of them. Even if you stand there for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it's still possible that you don't see something.
Exactly.
So that is really an example of an application that is meaningful. The opposite is the example of the patient you showed with 20 possible melanomas that, of course, were not. So the opposite is the diagnostic part, which, in my view, does not make sense, and also there is not a gap there. There is not an unmet need there. There are other fields in which we have unmet needs, and AI can help us. So that's just a general comment. And I will just continue precisely the same line as Konstantinos, just showing what I told you. Look, guys, this is a table of AI applications that are today available in the market. So it's not your choice or mine if AI is going to be used. It's there. It's incorporated in our machines. It's incorporated in applications which are available for doctors and available for users. And if you see the two first lines, these are the two most popular and most used machines for total body photography and dermoscopy worldwide. I'm speaking about PhotoFinder and Calfit. Of course, there are some more, but I think that these are the two most popular and most widely used. Both of them, and not only them, but both of them have incorporated AI algorithms, even if the user never asked about it. They are there, okay? And in many other machines and many other apps. So let me just, as Konstantinos did, share with you a few examples from the real clinical practice. And I want to get somewhere with these examples. First of all, overall, I would say that the system works quite good overall. And we could show many examples of tricky melanomas that were correctly identified by AI. Let me just show you a couple of. This is a melanoma that we diagnosed during monitoring. It's not a very featureful melanoma, but okay, probably feasible to diagnose, but not easy. And you can see here that the AI successfully detects it. But I can show you many more examples, even more impressive than this, not only in terms of sensitivity, so finding melanomas, but also correctly classifying benign lesions like this nevus, or like this nevus correctly, again, classified, or like this hemangioma correctly classified, or this image that contains two lesions, one nevus and one melanoma, and this is not a problem for AI. It still can recognize it. So overall, I would say it's good. Sometimes it's even more than good. It's impressive. For example, look at this one. This is a tiny melanoma that I cannot recall how we were able to diagnose it, because not only it's small, but also dermatoscopically, as you can see, is very featureless. So there is not much, okay? okay, maybe a couple of radial lines at the lower 4, 5 o'clock, but it's not a melanoma that is easy to diagnose. I don't remember how and why we excised it, probably because it was a solitary lesion on the leg of a lady, very black. I cannot recall. So the impressive thing is that while for a human this pattern is not extremely suspicious, for AI it was clearly red, and that's quite impressive, in my view. Also this one, look at this one. This is a melanoma that we missed at baseline, and we found it only at follow-up because it changed, it grew a little bit, and that's why we excised it. And the AI machine was able to detect it already from the baseline, so you could say that it's better than me, because I missed it, and the AI was able to find it already from the baseline. The problem is that these are nice selected examples, because at the same machine, precisely the same machine, at the same room, with the same lighting conditions, in the same distance of photographing, all the parameters are the same machine missed, for example, this melanoma, which in my view is easier to catch as compared to the melanoma I showed you before. It also missed, look here, it misses the melanoma. Look this one. Look this one. This is not a difficult to diagnose melanoma. Already from the clinical distance, you can see the lesion, which is on the upper chest, and dermatoscopically, definitely this is not a problem. Do you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, come on. It's a melanoma that you can easily catch. And look, I mean, completely yellow. So, I mean, it's frustrating.
Very strange. Very strange.
Very strange. Very strange. And even worse, I mean, look at this melanoma, which is an invasive melanoma. That's not anymore a melanoma. And AI fails to catch it. And now this creates, I mean, this disturbs, not only disturbs, this destroys the trust you can have to a machine. Because when it can miss a melanoma like this, then you cannot trust anymore based on the impressive examples that you saw in other patients. So the point is that we cannot, and here I would like also your comment, Konstantinos, and the others, of course. I think that until today, we are not able to fully elucidate the reason why AI is making a decision. So we cannot understand which features or which colors or which criteria influence its decision. Am I correct? I think so.
You're absolutely correct. The only way that we can take a peek into how it makes its decision is by heat maps. So heat maps, in essence, show you from which area of the lesion it's drawing its most information. So where the largest computing power goes, and that can lead us to an idea of what leads the decision. But still, it's unfortunately we cannot ask it. What prompted you to say that this is melanoma?
Yeah. So, and now what I want to show you is, in the end of the day, look what happens today that we have these machines available. I did a test. I know that you know it, but the audience maybe doesn't know it, which is something very simple that all of you can do tomorrow. All of you can do it. So in one single day, I assessed all the lesions of all the patients that we did mole mapping on that day. All of them. That's important, not some of them. All of them. All of them. And look what happened with the AI assessments. So on that day, we had 15 mole mappings. And here you can see the results. So each row is a different patient. So in patient 1, we photograph 58 lesions. Of these 58 lesions, the AI system scored 4 as suspicious. And the last column is the decision of the clinician. So in patient 1, we decided not to excise any lesion, okay? And so on for patient 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. As you can see in the last row, on that day, we decided to excise 3 lesions from 3 patients. The AI system assessed overall 46 lesions as suspicious. And as you can see, in all the patients, there was at least 1 suspicious lesion, and usually more than 1.
Yeah.
So that gives...
Just a question, Emilio. Were these 3 lesions which were decided to be excised included in the 46 red lesions for the eye?
Yes, they were. That's a good point. Yes, they were. Yeah. So if we accept, Nisa, your microphone is muted.
Okay. Emilio is
We
freezed out.
accept that these
Yeah.
3 lesions...
Yeah.
Did I freeze out? If we accept that these 3 lesions were melanomas, we could say that on that day, AI was able to catch all the 3 melanomas of the day. But at the same time, it assessed 46 lesions as suspicious, which were not, and it assessed in every single patient at least 1 lesion is suspicious. What does it mean? It means that we have the answer to the question, can AI replace us in doing this job? And the answer is, you know, which is the answer.
No way.
way.
No way.
No
No
way.
way.
No way.
No way.
No way.
But the
Because-
point, Emilio, maybe this is the right moment to say the point. The point is that despite the fact that, and maybe Nisa will tell us a little bit about it, despite the fact that all the literature published on the issue of comparing AI versus human brain concluded that AI is better than the doctor. Despite this fact,
Yeah.
I mean, in real life, there is a big problem that is still not solved, which is a regular dermatologist. I'm not speaking about a very super expert in skin cancer. I'm speaking about a regular dermatologist, okay? A regular dermatologist works with these numbers. A sensitivity, meaning the number of melanomas correctly identified, which is about 90%, okay? And a specificity, so the number of benign lesions correctly identified as benign of 99.9%. This is the real number, okay? Specificity 99%, sensitivity 90%. This is a regular dermatologist. For AI at the moment, it's just the opposite, meaning that the AI is set for catching all possible melanomas. So the sensitivity of AI is 99%, okay? But the specificity is not even comparable to the specificity of a regular dermatologist, which translates into the fact that we are going to excise millions of benign lesions if we follow
Exactly.
the suggestions
And
of AI.
let me, precisely on the point you say, let me show the next 2 slides, because
Okay.
it's nice to see how numbers can be read from one side or another side, and concerning the studies that exist and suggest that the AI is very accurate. So if you use these numbers to calculate sensitivity and specificity. Do we all know how sensitivity and specificity is calculated? Yes. What is sensitivity? The number of melanomas correctly diagnosed. Therefore, 3 out of 3, 100%. Great. How is specificity diagnosed? The number of benign moles correctly identified. So 1,248 minus 46, okay? Which means 122 per 100, yeah, so 96.3. Therefore, the result is that we have a system with a sensitivity of 100% and a specificity of 96.3. Is it good? Yes. These are wonderful, great numbers. But then, if you put it in the practice, if you put it, because medicine is not applied on lesions, medicine is applied on persons, on people, on individuals, on patients. Therefore, if you put it on a patient's level, then the sensitivity is 100%, but the specificity is 0%. 0%, because in none of the 12 healthy patients, AI concluded that they are healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in none of them. So the specificity on the patient level is 0%. So that's the disaster that Trepi was speaking about before.
Yeah.
No system can work like this. No system can work like this.
And if I may add
Yeah.
to what Debbie was saying, the downstream effect of this low specificity, we haven't understood it. Yes, of course, it's cutting out many moles and loading up the system with, many excisions. But the main problem is that these lesions will potentially be borderline lesions. So we will misnomer many patients as melanoma patients. And the downstream effect of that is tremendous on the public health system, on monitoring, on the individual's psychology. Like, I have cancer. Like, all these things are things that we don't take into account when we say, okay, we will take out 10 lesions more. It doesn't make a difference. For the patient, it makes a huge difference. And this is something that we need to recognize.
Yeah. There are a few questions, by the way.
Yeah, there are. And but basically, I left a couple of points that I didn't say. If we have time, I will say later, because I want to show examples of fields that I think that AI makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, one of them. I will show one of them.
Okay, wonderful. But let's see the questions as much as we can. Did you trust the AI 100%? No, of course not. For example, would you surgically remove any small lesion identified as melanoma by AI? As I showed you, of course not. Of course not. Does Emilio's total body photography have a deep learning system? Of course. The problem with all this could be that we don't know how AI learns. Those melanoma missed are huge mistakes. Yes, of course. Yeah, I agree. AI photo finder gives.
There is also a previous question, which is nice. My concern about AI is the scenario when a clinician disagree with AI, then time proves AI was right.
Yeah,
Medical, legal, even good dermatologists might be vulnerable given the increased suiting doctors' culture spreading worldwide. Well, I mean, AI cannot be suited. Okay, so you are the one going having the medical legal responsibility for the patient. So whatever system you use, your final decision will be the one which is the one which will be eventually judged.
Yeah, but the comment makes sense, because Ramis says that, okay, if I do a mistake, which we all do mistakes.
Yeah.
If I do a mistake, and then there is a previous AI assessment that said that it was suspicious and I ignored it, then it deteriorates my position. That's that's the comment. Of course. But that's why we need to publish and publicize this data, because it has to be clear. It has to be clear how many times AI is wrong and we are correct. And it has to be published. It does not have to be only a discussion that we do among us. It has to be published so that everybody can use it.
Yeah. What else?
AI photo finder gives a high risk and often erroneously. By the way, not only photo finder, the same stuff is also for all the systems.
But
If the patient
the system I showed was different.
Yeah.
Exactly. The system that Konstantinos showed was different, but the same numbers. No, but in the study that will be published soon, we included both systems, and they had precisely the same numbers in terms of sensitivity and specificity. Another point: if the patient sees the error, then the confidence of the system decreases. It's necessary to compare with other AI. Yeah, we did compare with other AI, and it's the same stuff more or less. How would you answer to a patient asking for the result of AI evaluation compared to you if it does not completely. The way to do it, Anna, let me tell you, I show them all the, I show them how many times they say red. That's really helpful. That red, 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 red. It helps a lot. I mean, not to everybody, but to those that are particularly interested to learn, which is the assessment of the AI for their moles. You should have excised all the lesions indicated as melanoma by AI to see how many of them are real melanomas. Yeah, no, no way. No way. Of course not.
But the answer to Elena is what we always come back. If something is difficult for a clinician, it will be difficult for the pathologist. This is like, so you will never know if it was a real melanoma. There is the gray zone. There is. And
no, but these lesions I can show you many. There were definitely not gray zone lesions.
no,
There lesions that nobody knows why. Yeah. And of course, these are patients under monitoring, so we have follow up for all
Exactly.
these. So it's not an issue.
That's what I was going to say. Follow up is the one that will solve the question.
Yeah. Is the accuracy of the AI similar at follow up and the first mapping as well? Yes, because every time the AI assesses the single image dermatoscopically, it does not assess the image in comparison to the previous one. Therefore, it's a static assessment for the AI. I don't know if you'll give the answer, but is the sensitivity and specificity of the AI the same for patients with light and dark skin types? I don't know the answer. I believe not, but
I have
I
an
don't know
answer
if you
to
have.
that.
Nobody knows.
Well, I have an answer to
Data?
that. So the generalizability of AI was way lower pre-2021. After that, they included darker skin types, especially from the Mediterraneans, and it increased its bandwidth. But still, for when we're talking about dark skin types 5 and 6, we don't have data, so no, it's not the same. But for those kinds, up to 3 and 4, I think that right now it's more or less the same. But for dark skin types, because we don't have a lot of cancers in those skin types, we don't have training data.
There are
It's a very,
a couple of nice comments.
yes, there is a nice comment. Yeah.
There is a comment I love. There is a
Yeah.
comment that I agree 100% that I said it many times, but maybe not in public. So Dr. Yu says, I had lots of free time in the summer of 2023 and played the game against the AI 2 years ago, and I was able to be in the top 3. So congratulations. But just for fun, I asked my 11-year-old son to beat the system for 10 euros, and he was able to beat it within a couple of days.
This is genius.
Machine
This is
learning.
genius. This
Machine
is
learning.
this is just like a Game Boy, like
Yes.
a small child is able to train himself like a video game. And
Because gaming is
yeah,
another story,
yeah,
very much different as compared to the clinical assessment and
yeah.
clinical decision making. It's substantially different. Exactly.
And Gary has a very nice comment, which is unfortunately occasionally true, that new users depend on the AI and justify the excision based on the AI assessment. And yes, that does happen, but that's the reason why people should be very cautious and, as Emilio said, publish all the pitfalls. Because so far we have seen how amazing AI is. What we need to do now is put it in our practice and publish it so that people know that no, it's not.
Yeah.
It can be helpful. I showed an example where it can be helpful. Detecting new lesions, detecting change. This is a case where it can help us tremendously, especially in high-risk patients. But if
Say
you
it
put
again. This is important. This is important. The very nice, let's say, potential of AI at the moment is to help us in detecting changes, in
Exactly.
monitoring patients. Yeah.
Exactly that. Exactly that. But if I put, so I run a high and very high risk patient clinic. If I give the same AI algorithm to a novice user in outside the hospital and the academia, they will take out 20 lesions on each patient. Because yes, these are patients,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
with the use of AI.
So they will stop using it after 1 week because they
Exactly.
will understand very quickly that it cannot go. They cannot go on like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
exactly.
But let's proceed, guys, a little bit. I know how fascinating is the discussion, but let's go to Jeppy and Nisa. You have
Nisa, go,
something.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go,
okay.
Nisa.
My dear friends, today I'm going to present the paper of Philip Chandal, which was published in Lancet Oncology. It's the comparison of the accuracy of human readers versus machine learning algorithms for pigmented skin lesion classification. The aim of the study was to compare the diagnostic accuracy of machine learning algorithms with human readers in identifying clinically relevant pigmented skin lesions using dermatoscopic images. And the study used an open web-based platform to allow global participation. Human readers were asked to rate images from a test set of 1,511 dermatoscopic images and categorized into 7 disease types. The diagnosis of 7 disease categories, including melanoma, NEI, and non-melanocytic lesions, and machine learning predictions were compared to human reader performance. The dermatoscopic images from two different settings. The dermatoscopic images were coming from two different settings, a European Tertiary Referral Center and an Australian skin cancer clinic. There was patient diversity. European patients with high NEI numbers and melanoma history, and Australian patients with chronic sun damage, you can guess how they look like, presenting more challenging lesions. And there were 511 readers from 63 countries, which is great. And the majority were dermatologists, and the raters were experienced dermatoscopists and non-experienced dermatoscopists. And there were 3 top algorithms assessed, as Emilios showed us. And algorithm versus human accuracy according to machine learning performance. Machine learning performance really achieved a great result, which was 7.9 more correct diagnosis than the average human reader. And also, machine learning performance achieved 6.65 more correct diagnosis than expert readers. And machine learning algorithms consistently outperformed human readers in accuracy. And the performance across data sets are machine learning algorithms performed equally well across different data sets. And challenges for human readers were the lower accuracy in the Australian data set, especially with chronic sun damage lesions. Human readers, including experts, performed poorly on challenging lesions, particularly coming from Australia, often misdiagnosing complex cases like melanomas and Bowen's disease. And human reader sensitivity was lower for melanoma diagnosis due to the difficult test sets, particularly coming from Australia. Human experts had better sensitivity for melanoma than the average reader, while machine learning algorithms were generally more accurate. Human experts performed better in identifying melanoma in challenging scenarios, particularly when the image presented more ambiguity or involved atypical melanoma features. Human readers tended to provide false positives for melanoma due to the higher perceived risk of missing a melanoma diagnosis. For example, the hypothesis for this is non-expert readers tend to give false positives for melanoma due to lower confidence, while expert readers have higher confidence and prefer their highest likelihood predictions. While machine learning algorithms were more accurate overall, humans might make decisions with clinical context that could prevent harm even at cost of some false positives. And this study simulates a telemedicine approach. Real-life evaluations would include patient context, and future use for machine learning classifiers might work alongside human readers rather than independently. And the conclusion of the study was machine learning algorithms show significant promise in diagnosing pigmented skin lesions with higher accuracy than human readers, though there are some limitations. And future of machine learning in skin cancer diagnosis, future research to explore the integration of machine learning with human expertise as automated classifiers may be used alongside human oversight for better diagnostic accuracy. And we all know the pros of AI and human. So I skip here. I just want to show you one example. This is a patient, and there's a little tiny blue lesion here. And here is the close-up. And when I ask this to the AI system of my photo finder, and it says that this is a blue nevus because their structure is blue and it's much more common in blue nevus. This was a metastatic melanoma. I excited because I know the history of the patient. The patient has a history of melanoma, so I know that a new blue structures lesion is a melanoma metastasis, and it was. So the ideal approach is a hybrid model. AI and humans can work hand in hand. While AI brings speed, consistency, and potential for early detection, human expertise is critical in ensuring proper interpretation and decision making, especially in ambiguous or rare cases. And AI supports humans, but human oversight and expertise remain vital. Thank you.
Brava,
Excellent.
brava,
Excellent.
brava,
Bravo.
brava, Nisa.
Very
Well,
good.
but it's
Excellent.
fair. It's fair to say that we are a little bit passionate about human intelligence versus artificial intelligence. But let me show you for a moment what was the result of a paper, a study we did together with Emilio a few years ago. And I want to show you, I mean, the study was on facial lesions, okay? So I'm going to show you two facial lesions, and you have to tell me, for example, this one, if you think this lesion is benign or suspicious. Huh?
Jeppy, before you move forward,
Yeah.
Okay.
let me tell you that facial
Pigment.
and nail
Yeah.
is a disaster.
Yeah.
Disaster for AI. Disaster.
No, 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 no. Just see what I'm going to show you. Sebi, can you show the poll? So we have to decide if this lesion is more on the benign side or the suspicious side. Benign or suspicious? Okay. Don't be afraid about this picture.
Pigment
Where,
tectonic keratosis looks like.
where is it?
On the nose.
On the
on the
nose.
nose.
On the nose. Okay, let's see. So benign is for 73%, 73, so 56%. Very good. This was a pigmented actinic keratosis. Very good. Perfect.
Well, theoretically, actinic keratosis is not benign, but
Yeah, but let's say not melanoma, not melanoma. Okay. So now let's see the second one.
Melanoma.
And then don't influence the people. Benign or suspicious? Okay.
see your face every time in the questions.
So benign 12% and suspicious 88%. Of course, I mean, come on, we have great experts here following our episode. And you are completely right. This is a melanoma. But I mean, it's extremely difficult to diagnose this lesion as a melanoma for an average dermatologist who doesn't know the, for example, the inverse approach. And we demonstrated in this paper that if you learn the inverse approach, so meaning when you are dealing with facial lesions, don't look too much about malignant features. First, assess if there are present clear-cut benign features. Okay? If not, this lesion must be considered as suspicious anyhow. So this was the meaning of the inverse approach, and we tested the inverse approach against artificial intelligence. So we put together a group of I don't remember how many, maybe 70 people, something like
70,
that.
yeah, 70,
Yeah.
70.
70 people at the day one, at the beginning of day one of a course we did with Emilio. Okay, so without the knowledge of the inverse approach, it was a disaster. So the vast majority of the attendants were performing worse than artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
So,
but you have to say that it was an era before the publication of the inverse approach.
yes,
So
exactly.
nobody knew it. Nobody
Knew it. Exactly.
They just learned it for the first time there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's one of the best approach ever.
Yeah. And you see, this is the red dot is artificial intelligence, and the blue dots are the dermatologists. Okay. And you see how many dermatologists are performing worse than artificial intelligence. Okay. Then we said we teached the dermatologists the inverse approach, and the day 3 they were able to improve a lot. But still, come on, artificial intelligence performs more or less on the average. More or less on the average. And I really don't know how is it possible that artificial intelligence is capable to understand that the ugly lesion on the left is benign and the subtle lesion on the left and the subtle lesion on the right is melanoma. But still, this is one of the reasons why I'm completely sure that not today, but in my view, in the next 10 years, artificial intelligence will be a huge help for us, very important, and we will use it. We will use it in order to. Of course, we have to interpret. In some way, artificial intelligence will be just an additional arrow in our armamentarium, which is composed by clinical history, skin type of the patient, how is the situation, previous melanomas, and so on, the morphology, clinical, dermoscopic, if there are many lesions, not, and then artificial intelligence. So it will be just a one more step guiding us for the correct management. But come on, we have to give to artificial intelligence a little bit of credit, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I absolutely agree with you, but I want to highlight one thing. Out of the many publications that are useful, the inverse approach has changed my daily practice. Honestly, it's the most helpful thing because these are the most challenging lesions, the flat pigmented lesions on the face and the scalp. The inverse approach is for me your most influential paper.
Yeah.
I love it.
I completely agree with you. It's one of the best approach on dermatoscopy ever.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank
But you love us, so it's
Yeah, you are. You are not. You are
influence.
biased. You are biased.
You're biased.
No, but guys,
No.
of
This
course
is the
we are
truth.
biased, but we see it
This
in
is
everyday
the
practice. It changes the way you approach.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And especially in patients with skin of color, it works.
Yeah.
Greatly
Yes.
works because it's sometimes very difficult to differentiate actinic keratosis from lentigo maligna. And with inverse approach, it's great.
Wonderful. There is a video, by the way.
Sebi, thank
By the way, this is the course in which we tested AI versus human intelligence.
Yeah,
huh?
but Jeppy, you know
Yes.
what? You know what? I just thought something. No, it's not the first time that I thought, but I am decided for now on something to honor the happy hour, but not only, also to enrich the value of the excellence. At some point, we should have the entire happy hour team in the excellence.
Correct. Yes, yes.
By all
Me
means,
too.
I was just going to tell you, it seems so much fun. It seems amazing. Like I will come as a student. Honestly, I have no problem.
So let's commit ourselves in front of 400 people that are now attending that the happy hour team will be in the excellence course.
Excellent.
Okay, granted, granted. Sebbi, you have cases, I suppose. Ah, but I know Bruno. Bruno, this is a case from one of our best friends from our region, dermatologist.
What a great name and surname, Bruno Brunetti.
Bruno
Brown,
Brunetti.
little brown. I
Brown,
love it.
little
I love
brown.
A
it.
bit Italian, a bit Italian.
So, Jeffy, what do you like to talk about this?
Okay, evolution of pigmented spitz nevi with starburst pattern during childhood. Yes, Bruno invented this stardust pattern, and we published together this paper in which we collected a few cases in which you see the evolution of a classical starburst pattern with this symmetric hyperpigmented lesion with streaks at the periphery into a lesion showing a little bit of network, a little bit of this black network in the center. And as you can see here, this is particularly relevant for heavily pigmented spitz nevi, which could develop like this. And this is a problem when you see a lesion like this and you have the follow-up, then fine, yeah, it's no problem. But when you see a patient already with this kind of strange pattern that Bruno decided to call stardust, so like this kind of let's say the remaining of the explosion of a star, then it will be a little bit more complicated. So therefore, we decided to publish this. And let me see if there are a few more images. No. Yeah, okay. Yeah, one more. You see, always the same pattern, reticulation at the periphery, and this kind of black center with black network. Wonderful. Yes. Yeah. Wow. There is lots of information here. Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Thank you, Bruno. Thank you.
There is another
Bruno.
case from Bruno.
No, well, from Antonio, who is Bruno's son, who is one of
Yeah.
my residents.
Oh,
Let me
really?
see. Yes,
Ah,
yes.
You know this,
Part
Jeffy.
1, May 8, 2017. This 22-year-old girl photographs this banal dermal nevus on the back. Okay, her boyfriend. Okay.
Jeffy, do you remember this
Yes,
case?
I remember this case. This was a very
oh,
peculiar. You see, this is 8 May 2017, and this is 22nd of August 2017.
that's
So in just a
4
few
months
months,
later.
yeah, look
Mm.
what happened. Look what happened. Unbelievable. I don't know.
Okay.
Show the dermoscopy. Okay, yeah. And of course, when you see a situation like this, you think clearly that this is a melanoma arising in a dermal nevus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
But it's not from the periphery, isn't it so strange? Just
Yeah.
all the lesion looks like a melanoma.
Yes.
Normally, we expect to see the melanoma at the periphery as a flat lesion. It's so
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, but by the way, this was not diagnosed histopathologically as a melanoma. This was diagnosed as a traumatized intradermal nevus, intradermal nevus congenital type
Wow.
with inflammation and regression.
I guess that you elaborated a lot on the
Of
histology.
course, we called immediately the pathologist. We don't trust you. Yeah, and as you see, based on the clinical dermoscopic correlation, it was decided to perform a wide excision anyhow. So I mean, we trusted the pathologist, but a
Not
little
that
bit
much.
of doubt was
100%.
remaining. Yeah.
But
No, no.
wait, this
There
is
is the
not the
part
same
2.
case.
Part
Yeah.
2, okay.
Wait,
This is
Couple returns.
Sebi,
yeah.
go back.
Constantly.
So, like this lesion that you're showing right now, no, not this one. Go back. So this lesion is not the one that you showed us in the beginning, the very ugly one.
No.
Yes.
There is another one, but I don't know.
Oh, it's another
know the
case. Oh, it's another case. Okay.
It's another
Yeah,
case, but I don't know
it is the
the part.
same. It
Okay.
is the same boy.
The same guy. The young couple
same guy.
returns for a visit in 2024 for a new lesion in the lumbar region of the male 7 years after. Okay. This one, regressive.
Uh-huh. Regressing.
Aggressive lesion. Okay. I don't know this. The lesion
Yeah.
appears with a pattern associated with regressive phenomena. Okay. Of course, the lesion was excised and this sample, the finding shows aspects compatible
Okay.
keratodylichenoid modification as associated aspects of
Regression.
regression.
That's reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the girlfriend
Yeah.
that take a picture of the lesion.
Wow, but the guy should marry the lady.
Yeah,
Come on.
she's total body
Come
photography
on.
is
Come
done
on.
by girl.
She's saving his life always,
7 years
Yeah.
after, they're still together. That's a very good
They have to marry.
sign.
They have to marry. Yeah.
So,
Encouraging
take a
and
message.
teaching how to do a good self-exam is essential. Yes.
And having a good girlfriend also helps.
Yeah, have a good girlfriend. So, this is
Have-
another case from Dakar. Dr. Murad, Senegal.
Yeah, but
I'm saying
Sebi,
No,
should we keep the additional cases for the next time because
yes,
we're
maybe
running a bit
yes,
late?
maybe yes. Yeah.
As you wish.
The
Okay.
second. Yeah. Let's keep the other ones because it's very late, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we still have a couple of things to do. First of all, do you have to show us any video, Sebastiano?
Okay.
Then there are a few comments. Okay, show the video.
Once upon a time, Little Red Riding Hood came to visit her dear grandmother. But something was a little off.
Grandma, why do you have so much hair?
Oh, my dear, it's a new anti-aging treatment. The more hair, the younger I look.
But Red wasn't buying it.
Let's check that with skin.
I gotta go.
And there it was, the truth revealed.
You got it right! Skin can do hair analysis now. The device that does AI for mole, for hair. People, visit us at the AAD in Orlando, USA, and you're gonna see for the first time skin with hair analysis.
It's crazy
Always.
what they do. It's crazy.
Always completely
I love you.
so funny.
Okay.
Wonderful.
With
So-
AI right now, so Grok, for example, of X or ChatGPT 4.5 that was released, you can create videos whatever you want, guys. It's crazy. What for something that you would need, since we're on the AI topic, a graphic designer or whatever, you can do it just by typing in 1 minute. You have what you want. It's amazing. We live in a
Yeah,
phenomenal era.
So also,
but we spoke earlier about the Trump Gaza that was an AI generated.
yeah.
AI.
So you can tell ChatGPT
So there are a few comments.
build up a video on Costantino eating spaghetti, and he will.
Yes, it will. It will. It will. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Funny. Okay.
So there is, first of all, a motto: in a world where code and neurons meet, IA learn, adapts, and competes.
Wow.
Then there is a question that maybe gives us an idea for a future episode, because Rami is asking to explain the inverse approach. So although we spoke about it many times, maybe we should do it once again in one of the remaining episodes. Another topic probably for an episode is the comment of Daria that says that small suspicious lesions, even if histologically they are diagnosed as melanomas in situ, how possible it is that these lesions will turn into a real melanoma rather than being destroyed by the immune system. That's another fascinating topic without clear answers. That
Very fascinating, and I'm pretty sure that Daria is correct.
Yeah, exactly. And then Taha, also the comment of Taha is very meaningful, that AI systems develop with data we provide, so they are updated. He's asking if these systems are updated. The answer, Taha, is absolutely yes. Very frequently, they are ordinarily updated. The most important aspect of AI is its ability to update, recognize mistakes. Well, recognize mistakes, I'm not so sure, but to be better trained with the additional data that are added, definitely yes.
But this comment is so meaningful. It is.
Yeah.
It should be the next step in AI learning, giving them the feedback, as Emilius was saying, or as I was saying, that this was a mistake, so that they can self-correct. But this needs a huge effort that we don't have the time or capacity to do. That's the problem.
Or the motivation, because this is not what we need. AI. We need from AI other things like the one you showed. The inverse approach is helpful tool to human knowledge. Thanks for the excellent offer. Thank you very much for the kind comment. And I think we got almost everything. We took all the comments, if I'm not wrong. So the last things we have to do for today is, first of all, now I'm lost in my computer. I will find it again. Give me a second. We have to go to Penelope.
Yes.
And to our Cahoot, of course. Penelope is here. Okay. Penelope's gifts related to our last episode on regression and scar-like and so on. In the meantime, there is the question of the week again. Thank you, Sebastiano.
Okay, of course. Let's see if things changed. Not much. Yeah. Still 31 for inflammatory. Good.
Wonderful. Come on. For Nisa, caring wife once again. Unfortunately, I have a laptop and I cannot see my entire screen, so I don't see what's written there, but it doesn't really matter. It's
57-year-old female, flat, irregularly pigmented, changing lesion noticed by her wife.
Okay.
On the shoulder.
On the shoulder, that's the pattern.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Like. Yeah.
Lichen planus like keratosis.
Okay.
LPLK, regressive seborrheic keratosis. The next one for Constantinos, so the shoulder, 70-something-year-old, I don't remember, irregular pigmented patch, shoulder again. That's the aspect, much more suspicious as compared to before. Melanoma with regression should be.
For sure.
Melanoma in situ with regression. Okay. Then for Jeppy on the chest, 50-something-year-old, flat pigmented lesion again, irregular somehow from a clinical point of view. That's dermoscopy.
Nice.
LPLK.
This could be both LPLK or melanoma. Very difficult to say. Yeah.
Very difficult to say. Definitely a lesion to excise. fully regressed melanocytic lesion of unknown origin, which translates most probably 99%, let's say.
In a melanoma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then for me, again, flat pigmented lesion, 80 something year old, light phototype, uncertain time on the leg. That's a quite tricky one,
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
suspicious
it's a
anyhow.
quite tricky, suspicious anyhow. The point is if it's a BCC or a melanocytic one. That's the difficult to say here. Surprisingly, not surprisingly, but surprisingly, it was an infiltrative BCC because I have rarely
Yeah.
seen heavily pigmented infiltrative basal cell carcinomas. Usually, infiltrative BCC is not pigmented. And for Sebastiano, dog, 45, with this pigmented lesion present for a lot of time on the shoulder. That's dermoscopy.
Dermal nevus with a scar, maybe.
Yeah, could be.
Dermal
Like
nevus.
with a scar, like a dermal nevus with a scar, and the scar was because of the scratch of the dog.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Penelope.
Thank
Very
you.
nice
Thank you,
cases. Thank
Penelope.
you, Pascal. Beautiful.
By the way, guys,
Fantastico.
why do we call
Guys,
Pascal Penelope? Does she want us to call her Penelope?
Yes, because Penelope is her nickname.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I'm like,
Pascal is here.
Pascal, hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Pascal. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Penelope, I would like to have this name. So instead of Pascal, that's why I chose it. So
You like
Wonderful.
Penelope? You like Penelope of the Odyssey, who is building up and destroying the.
yes,
Yeah. Wonderful.
thank you.
Pascal,
Thank
thank you
you
so
so
much
much,
for your
Penelope.
gift. Honestly, you're
Pascal,
amazing.
thank you.
It's a real pleasure for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Which brings us to the last thing for today, which is our Cahoot. I think it's an easy one, but I mean, I'm never sure.
Yeah.
Can you see it? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Can you hear also the music?
Beep, beep, pin, beep, beep, pin.
Very
beep,
good.
Pin, beep, beep, pin.
Very good. So I would say that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Episode 11, my dears. This is a BCC declaration statement. This is a BCC.
I agree with this declaration.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, me too.
No, this is a BCC, okay? This is a BCC.
Yeah,
That's not under debate.
No.
That's not under
Okay.
debate. The question is if you can predict the subtype, and the possible answers are superficial, nodular, micronodular, or pincus.
Ping, 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 ping.
And the correct answer is micronodular, voted by
Capito.
44. Voted by 44. And why is this micronodular, my dear Nisa? You are the one that...
because of the black dots.
Because of the small globules that are black, gray, blue, but they are small
gray.
globules and not large nests. Very good. Which brings Ave in the first place, Dr. Siller, and maybe in the second and third. Second question, declaration. This is a BCC.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The question is, can you predict the anatomic location of the tumor based on dermoscopy?
Come
Scalp, nose, trunk, legs.
Leg.
Lisa.
Wow.
Isa.
And the answer is legs.
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 Brava, Nisa.
And now say also why you said so.
Because these white polygonal shaped structures are very common on the leg.
And the vessels that on the legs
And the
often,
vessels. Yeah, with dotted vessels, the tiny vessels.
yeah,
A lot of dotted
Dotted-
vessels on the legs.
dotted coiled
Yeah,
vessels in
dotted,
BCC
coiled.
are-
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, which brings Dr. Siller in the first place, Ma in the second, and Ratz in the third, which brings us to the question number 3. Declaration. Both are squamous cell carcinomas. That's the clinical. This is dermoscopy. And the question is, which one is well differentiated? 1,
Great question.
2, both, or none? And the correct answer is none of them. None of them is well differentiated. They are both poorly differentiated, predominated by a red color with ulceration and without evident white colored structures, so poorly differentiated squamous cell. Which brings us to the question number 4, which is a peculiar question. I think it's the first time that I use this kind of answers, but I'm sure that our audience will be able to understand how it works. But first, the score, Ma, AI, and Seb K in the first 3 places. Now, 3 melanomas, 1, 2, and 3. What the audience will need to do is to order them from the thinnest to the thickest. So first the thin, then the intermediate, and last the thicker. Okay? So let's go. Puzzle. Order from the thinnest to the thickest. You just move the banners with 1, 2, and 3 in the way that you like.
Okay.
So on the top should be the thinner, on the bottom should be the thicker.
Nice format. I didn't know this one.
Yeah,
it's
this
nice.
is a great format. I like it.
Yeah.
I vote for
Great
2, 3, 1.
Me too.
2, 3,
Yeah,
me
1.
too.
Perfect.
Me too.
Perfect. 2, 3,
Yeah.
1. By the way, none of them was in situ. I think it was 0.3, 0.7, and 1.1, something like this, 1.2. Okay, what happened here? Let's see what happened. Seb K is in the place, Dande in the second, and me in the third. And the last question for today is, come on. Okay, 4 clinical images, 4 dermatoscopic images, and the question is, how many sebaceous hyperplasias you see in this panel? 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4?
This is another easy one.
Yeah, this
And
is
the correct answer
difficult.
is 2.
2.
2 sebaceous hyperplasias correctly identified
1 and
by
3.
people were upper, the 2 upper cases, 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Number
1 and
3, yeah, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
1 and 2. Number 3 is a seborrheic keratosis. Number 4 is a BCC.
BCC.
The upper 2 cases were sebaceous hyperplasias. And now let's see the podium of this peculiar Cahoot. And the third place, we have Dante. Bravo, Dante.
Dante.
Bravo.
In the second place, we have me. Bravo, me.
Bravo, me.
In place, we have seborrheic keratosis.
Okay.
Bravo, Sergey.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Points, Sepke.
Very nice.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Alexandra
Alexandra.
Sanida.
Alexandra, I don't believe it. She's our resident, and she was struggling a
Really?
lot. She was
Bravo.
second the previous time or third.
Bravo, Alexandra.
Here she is. Show up. Show up.
Oh my God.
Oh, brava,
Alexandra.
Brava. Brava.
Finally. Finally.
Thank you. This is a dream come true. I mean, I'm shaking right now. Thank you so much.
Hey,
Bravo.
Nice, because every Monday she told me, no, yesterday I was third, yesterday I was third, yesterday I was
This is a great code, so congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
You
you
are
so
so
much.
great.
Thank you. What a great day today. It was amazing about the AI. Thank you for all the information.
Thank you, Alexandra.
Thank you, Alexandra.
Va bene, ragazzi. Have a nice rest of the evening. Un bacione.
You too.
Thank you guys.
I
all.
love
Thank
you.
Bye
I love
bye.
you.
I love you
Love
so
and
much.
peace. Love and peace.
Always.